The cafeteria on Outpost Meridian 12 had served all kinds of species: silicon grazers, ammonia breathers, and diplomats who treated sunlight like an insult, but nothing prepared the room for what walked in at second. Belljessa Cade walked in like she owned the place. Not because she was important. She was just a human systems tech, a wrench in her back pocket, grease on her sleeve. The problem was what followed her. 2 rabbit cubs padded behind her on heavy paws. Their shoulders were near table height. Their coats were dark. Bone ridges ran along their backs, pretty if you forgot what Ravik adults were listed as. Apex predator, boarding hazard, do not provoke. The whole cafeteria went quiet. A tray slipped from someone's hands and hit the floor. A Yelani envoy made a small distress hiss and hid behind a column. A group of Marines froze mid-bite. Station Security Chief Commander Vale stood up slowly, careful, like even standing might set something off. He walked over like a bomb tech. His voice stayed calm. "Technician Cade, those are Ravik," Jessa said, pulling a tray from the stack. "Ravik cubs?" Commander Vale corrected. "Double yep?" "Yes," said she, looked at the food line. "Still no fries?" Her face showed real pain. "What is this place? A tragedy?" Commander Vale asked, very carefully. "Where did you get extinction class offspring?" Jessa pointed her thumb behind her. "Maintenance duct, C7. They were wedged behind a busted panel, looked cold, looked hungry. Commander Vale's warning colors flared. Their mother probably got pushed off route during yesterday's customs raid, Jessa said. She looked down at them, "Didn't you?" The cubs made a low sound. It rolled through the floor like distant engines. Half the room lynched. Shassa smiled, like they just said good morning. "You fed them," Commander Vale said. "Of course I fed them," Jessa replied. "They were hungry." Commander Vale stared at her like gravity had changed. "What did you feed them?" he asked. "And please say approved Ravik food," Jessa thought. "Station rations." Commander Vale stiffened. "You gave Ravik cubs standard rations." "Yeah," Jessa said. "And I gave them a taste of my lunch. Yesterday I had those chicken-style nuggets." Cafeteria did not just go silent. It went empty, like the air itself held its breath. Commander Vale said low and sharp, "Those chicken-style nuggets are printed protein, made from mixed biomass." Jessa shrugged. They liked them. Commander Vale started to speak, then stopped because the cubs were watching his mouth. Jessa reached into her pocket. 2 hard ration bites. She tossed them. Both cubs snapped them from midair. Teeth met with a sharp click. Someone at table 3 fainted. "Good babies." "They are not," Commander Vale began. Jessa cut him off. "They're scared. They don't know where they are. They follow the warm thing that does not scream." Commander Vale tried to reset. "Protocol requires containment. Notification. Immediately." "Oh, sure," Jessa said. "We'll notify. But first," she pointed at the counter. 1 cub sat down. Perfect. Right in front of the serving line. It lifted its head and stared at the staff. 3. Heliari cooks froze behind the hot trays. The cub's eyes drifted to the warming pan, to the nuggets, and it stared, not lunging, not snarling. Just waiting. Jess's Q-det. Double quotes. "Oh my God." Commander Vale's whole posture said no. "It wants lunch," Jessa said. "Technician Cade," Commander Vale warned. "It wants nuggets and lunch," Jessa added. The cub made a small chirp, then nudged the counter edge with its snout. Gentle, but strong enough to crack a hinge. The other cub moved in, sat beside the first same, posed 2 neat little monsters, 2 neat little customers. 1 Heliari cook lifted a ladle like a weapon. The ladle shook. "Jessa." They learned the line. Commander Vale hissed, "We cannot set a feeding rule." Jessa blinked. "They're babies. They're weapons," Commander Vale said. "They hunt in storms. Their adult forms survive vacuum." Jessa leaned down. She scratched behind 1 ridge plate. The cub's eyes half closed. It leaned into her hand. Several beings in the room had a full life crisis. Commander Vale's voice cracked. "You are touching it. It likes scritches," Jessa said, "and it has a cut on its paw." I cleaned it. Commander Vale froze. You treated a Ravik injury. With a medkit, Jessa said, Relax. I'm normal. Commander Vale looked around the cafeteria. Marines, diplomats, civilians, all watching a human rewrite predator law with one calm hand. He whispered, Humanity keeps breaking logic. Jessa stood up. She clapped once. Okay, she told the staff. 2 nugget portions, extra protein, add root sticks if you have them. Vitamins matter. The staff did not move. They were trapped between 2 fears. Do not feed predators. Do not argue with a human who already fed predators. Commander Vale shut his eyes for a moment, then opened them. He chose the least deadly path. Fine, he said, but you are responsible for damages. Jessa grinned. Deal. The Heliari staff moved fast to trays, nuggets, greens, dense protein, and calcium sticks for hard bone. The first platter went down. The cub ate, not like a beast, like a trained soldier, small bites. No mess. The second platter arrived. The other cub waited, patient too. Patient. Commander Vale leaned close to Jessa. They're learning us. Jessa hummed, scrolling her wrist pad. They're smart. They're adapting. Commander Vale said. They will learn our routine. Our weak points. Jessa did not worry. She looked proud. Good, she said. That makes them easier to keep safe, till we find their mom. Commander Vale stared at her. He had fought rebels. He had sealed outbreaks. He had faced reactor leaks. None of it prepared him for a human turning apex cubs into calm diners across the room. Someone whispered. They're sitting. Another whispered. They're waiting. A third voice said, The human did this. Commander Vale opened his log. His hands moved with tired doom. Meridian 12 command log. Day 1. Humans have started bonding with Ravik juveniles. Recommend larger food budget. Recommend new cafeteria signs. Recommend therapy for command staff. Also, get more nuggets. Jessa finally took a bite of her own lunch. The cubs sat by her boots like guards. Calm, full, loyal. The cafeteria stayed silent. Not from fear now. From one shared truth. The universe does not bend for predators. It bends for humans. With snacks. Asterisk if you enjoyed this story. Hit subscribe for more HFY Sci-Fi on Neon Cub Tales. Drop a like if the predator cubs made you smile, and comment your favorite moment below. Was it the nuggets demand, or the cafeteria going silent? See you in the next episode on Neon Cub Tales.